Hey friends, Sleepy here, and welcome to another episode of the weekly playlist. I've got some great games to share with you guys that I have been playing during the week. My buddy Andy came over this past Monday for a gaming night. My buddy Grant wasn't able to make it out, but it was nice to see Andy because I have not hung out with him, I think, since last year, so it's been quite a while. We played a couple different games, had a lot of fun. I always enjoy having people over and playing games and enjoying my collection and being able to share that collection with others. Nothing better than couch co-op. I do like to play online, but there's nothing like having a buddy in the room playing with you on games and stuff. That's awesome. So I'm going to go through the games. Of course, I'll let you guys know what my thoughts and opinions are on these games, and I would like to hear what your guys' thoughts and opinions are on the game. Also, let me know what games you guys have been playing. I always like to hear what you guys have been trying out, and if you guys have any recommendations on games you think I should try out, please let me know, because you guys have recommended some great titles, and I do have a small list built up of games to keep an eye out for that you guys recommended I should check out. So we'll start off with the first game. I got back into playing on the NES, and this is for the Famicom, and that was Destiny of an Emperor 2. Now, I took a break this last month, stopped playing this to work on that Glory of Heracles 2, which I beat. So now I want to go back and finally beat Destiny of Emperor 2. This is absolutely one of my all-time favorite Famicom / NES games. I absolutely loved the first one, and I like the second one even more than the first one. It's an awesome game. This is set in ancient China. It's based off the Romance of the Three Kingdoms novel, so if you guys have played the Dynasty Warriors games, this is basically like a Dynasty Warriors RPG. You play as Liu Bei, Guan Yu, Zhang Fei, and you're trying to restore the Han Dynasty against Cao Cao, the leader of Wei. I've gotten really far into this game. I'm currently like level 54, and I'm now in the final last, I'd say like 15% of the game left to do. Game's getting much more difficult. Of course, the enemies are stronger, their attacks are stronger, but I've been getting stronger. I've been leveling up because I like to be, strong enough to defeat the enemy. So I don't like having to struggle. So I will take time and level up, grind a little bit in RPGs because I like to be more than prepared for final battles. I hate going into something and not being prepared enough, not having enough items, that kind of thing. So I'm really working on leveling up. This is an absolute fantastic game. You guys are looking for a good RPG, highly recommend this. Now, you can get reproduction cartridges of this that are English translated from China. I got this one from a great seller on eBay who English translated this Famicom copy, so the chance of finding another one of these is kind of hard, but you guys can also play the ROM if you want to check it out. You can download it online for free where it was translated, but it's a fantastic story. Absolutely love it. Great RPG. You run around the overworld. You'll run into random encounters. You have tons of characters, tons of generals that you will run into. Some you can recruit as allies, others that are enemies. They all have their own strengths and weaknesses, and it has a really good story as well, and goes through all the different kingdoms, all the different characters, and follows the Romance of the Three Kingdoms story fairly well. It was a really good game, great RPG. This does have tactics, so instead of magic, like normal most RPGs, have magic tech. This has tactics. You can do boulders attacks. You can attack water, fire. You can have healing spells. You can deflect the enemy's tactics back at them. You can change your position of your forces on the battlefield, that kind of thing with the tactics. But it's a fun, fantastic one. I've talked about this for several months, so I can't wait to beat this. Definitely recommend you guys check out Destiny of Emperor 2. Now we'll get into the games that my buddy Andy and I played. First one we were playing was Mario Party 4. Now I have my modded Wii, and I have a whole bunch of GameCube games on there that I use Nintendo to play, and so we were playing Mario Party 4. I was playing as Luigi, and he was playing as Waluigi, and we were fighting Wario, and I think it was the Princess Peach. And I had not played Mario Party 4 in quite a while, but I had a lot of fun with it. Unfortunately, as we were getting towards the end, I accidentally hit the home button, and it just reset the game and shut it off, so that kind of screwed up the game. But I had a lot of fun with it. Definitely Uh, is not like the best Mario Party game in the series out there, but I definitely enjoyed Mario Party 4. This one introduced letting the characters grow really big as a power up, and then you could run around the map and stomp on enemies. The only problem though is if you're big and you go by the star, you can't buy the star, so you have to bypass it. And the computer seems really cheap in this, but they kind of are in the Mario Party games, like how they just get lucky sometimes in the mini games, and they just get lucky to get certain items and are able to get the stars and stuff. And that was one thing that my buddy was a little frustrated with, was the AI in the game. But overall, Mario Party's a really fun series. There's like 12 of them out there now, and if you've never played number 4 for the Nintendo GameCube, I highly recommend it. Great party game, especially with 4 players. You against the computer is not always fun if it's just you and 3 computers, but if you have 3 buddies with you and the 4 of you play this 4-player, then the game gets really fun. A lot of fun mini games. I really enjoyed this series. Really enjoyed Mario Party 4, and I highly recommend that you guys pick up a copy of Mario Party 4 if you've not played it before. And you can get this like around $20. It's at least in this area, it's not too high. Not like Mario Party 6 or 7 where they were like $40 and $50 for it, but Mario Party 4, at least here, you can get for around $20. Definitely worth checking out if you're a fan of Mario Party games and you've never played number 4. Definitely recommend Mario Party 4 for GameCube. And then the other one we played was for the Switch, was more Super Mario Maker 2. My buddy gave me some levels to try out, and there was one that was just super difficult. I played the thing for like an hour, but I did beat it. It was in the Super Mario 3D World style, and I felt accomplished when I defeated that. He also had me try one that was just like crazy impossible. There was no way I was going to beat it. But I am absolutely loving Super Mario Maker 2. I'm so glad that I bought this for my Nintendo Switch. Definitely must own. If you have a Nintendo Switch, you gotta get the Mario Maker 2. Just make sure you get the online service, because if you don't have online, you can't go online and download levels, you can't upload levels. And that's what most of this game is based around, is being able to download levels and play the various ones that are out there. So if you don't have online, you need to get it, because you lose pretty much like 80% of what this game is. I mean, you can play the ones that the Nintendo made, but you don't have access to all the incredible levels that people make. And there's just so many out there. Huge variety. You have the original Mario Brothers style from regular Nintendo. You have Super Mario Brothers 3 from regular Nintendo. You also have Super Mario World style. You have the new Super Mario Brothers, which was introduced during the Wii and Wii U, and then you also have the brand new Super Mario 3D World that was only on the Wii U style, but instead of being completely 3D, it's 2D, 3D type style. Fun series of game. I mean, just endless levels. There's a story mode on it I still need to go back and beat. I'm absolutely loving it, and I highly recommend you guys get Super Mario Maker 2. And if you guys have any levels that you've created on Mario Maker 2, please let me know. Leave the course ID for me in the comments so I can check them out. I only have one that I've made so far, just because the controls, for me, like controlling the build, making the levels can be a little annoying at times, especially if don't have the if you have the Switch docked and you don't have it in your hand. I find it easier to have it in handheld mode. I do have a few other levels I'm working on that I would like to release, but I will leave the course ID again like I did the last several of these videos. If you guys want to check out that level, it's Meowser's Cheep Castle is what it's called. Difficult level. Didn't realize how hard it was until I tried to beat my own level, in order to upload it, and I think a couple people have beat it, and there's one dude that has the world record of like 1 minute and 40 seconds or something like that. But absolutely loved it. This was a fantastic game. Definitely get Super Mario Maker 2 if you got the Switch. Just make sure you have the online. The last game I've been playing, I haven't played this in several months, and that's why I want to continue on it, and that was Middle-earth: Shadow of Mordor. Absolutely loved this game. I got to about halfway, and then I stopped playing the story, and I just was working, solely focusing on the Nemesis system, going through all the different regions and conquering the fort, collecting tons of orcs. I worked on more of the story, and now I'm at, it says 65% of the way through the story. I've got 76 hours in this game now, just because I like to run around and explore, and I'm having a lot of fun with the Nemesis system, which is awesome because it makes the orcs remember you. They remember what you do to them if you shame them or if you cut off an arm. Sometimes they come back with a metal prosthetic attached, like a spike arm on them, or if you cut off their head, they might come back and part of their head is missing, but it has a metal plate over it. All kinds of unique interaction with orcs. The voice acting is amazing in this game, and I'm just having a blast. I love the story. Definitely want to beat this one. Just had the itch to get back into playing it again, and I'm having a blast. They got rid of all the microtransactions. If you heard about that controversy, all that stuff is gone from the game. All the loot and everything you earn with in-game money, you don't have to spend any real money on it. I never did anyways. It didn't bother me that there was this stupid microtransaction thing, but those are all gone now. So if you've never played it and you like the first Middle Earth, Shadow of Mordor, definitely get Shadow of War. It's a much better game than that one. I mean, that one was still awesome, but this just adds a lot more depth to it, a lot better orcs. The story is a lot better. It's a lot larger. There's more areas to explore, and it's absolutely one of my favorite Lord of the Rings games. Probably is my favorite Lord of the Rings game of all time, followed by Shadow of Mordor, and then the trilogy games that were on the original Xbox are my other favorite Lord of the Rings games. This one's definitely my absolute favorite. I love this game. It's so awesome, and I'm having a lot of fun with it. I'll probably get at least another 25 or 30 hours out of this game just because I like the Nemesis system, and I like collecting the unique orcs. That's one thing. I hate having like a really cool orc die, so they do have this thing called the Garrison. I have like almost 200 orcs in there, and I keep my like absolute favorite ones in there. I know you could use them to battle, because you can put them on the battlefield and stuff, but I like to just collect them just like I collect in real life. Like I like collecting orcs on there, so I have a nice collection of unique orcs in there. Some that have like flaming heads, and these different guys that are all covered in blood. It's just really cool, and I'm absolutely loving this game. I highly recommend Middle Earth Shadow of War. Fantastic sequel to Middle Earth Shadow of Mordor. Great game. You can get it on the PS4, PC, Xbox One, which I have an Xbox One, and I'm loving it, so definitely recommend that. So we'll do the quick recap. I've been playing Destiny Emperor 2. Can't wait to beat this one. Once I do have this beat, I do have a brand new Doraemon game. It's a Famicom game, was English translated. Got it from that same seller I got this one from, that I'm going to play. I definitely want to beat this one. I just don't know how much longer it's going to take. I know there's got to be at least, for me, another several hours, because I do have some more grinding I want to do. And I don't like to rush through these games. I like to enjoy my time. So, sometimes some people run through a game. They run through it, don't care. I like to take my time and enjoy a game, and that's what I'm doing with Destiny Emperor 2. Definitely recommend you guys check that out. Talked about Mario Party 4 that I played with my buddy Andy. It's a fun game in the Mario Party series. Not the best out there, but it has really fun mini games, and it's definitely worth checking out for the GameCube. If you've never played it, check it out. Talked about Mario Maker 2. Absolutely love it. It's a must-own for me. I highly recommend. You got the Nintendo Switch. Definitely need Mario Maker 2. Fantastic game. And then we ended with talking about Middle Earth Shadow of War. Fantastic Lord of the Rings game. My absolute favorite. Wonderful story. And the Nemesis system that they have created for the orcs is awesome. And they said that in the future, they're going to make other games, non-Lord of the Rings games, if they want to implement that Nemesis system into it. So I definitely am going to look forward to a future game that they release with that Nemesis system, because I absolutely love it, and I have a lot of fun just messing around with the different orcs you can recruit and encounter in the world. Fantastic games. Alright guys, let me know your opinions on the 4 games I shared. I'd like to hear what games you guys have been playing, and if you have any recommendations on games you think I should try out, please let me know. I want to thank you guys for watching. Take care, have an amazing day, and Sleepy will see you guys next time.